Hi guys, I'm Melvin. Welcome to my channel, TQS. This channel is solely dedicated for the mental well-being of people for all ages and roles. Imagine if trees gave out Wi-Fi signals. We'd be planting a lot of them. We'll be saving the planet too. Too bad it only provides the oxygen we breathe. So I'm going to have a ride down the end of the 20th century. Yep, that's right. Come on.
The roads are more peaceful. Birds chirping. Air is cleaner. More trees. More oxygen. Lesser industries, lesser cars, lesser combustion of fuels, less pollution, less noise, less reckless driving, less competitive driving. No hurry. Normal cognition. Normal CO2 levels.
How relieving was that? Now let's get back to 2021. Back to today. Phew! Let's ride again.
The roads are not that peaceful. Hardly any trees, hardly any birds. Air isn't that clean. Oxygen isn't magical. More pollution, more noise, more industries, more reckless driving, more cars, more combustion of fuels. Everybody is in a hurry. Higher CO2 levels, decreased cognition, decreased cognition.
So, do you remember what I said during the end of each ride? 2 C's. CO2 levels and cognition. What on earth are those? Carbon dioxide or CO2. It is a greenhouse gas that works to trap heat close to the earth. It helps earth hold the energy it receives from the sun, so it doesn't all escape back into space. If it weren't for carbon dioxide, the Earth's ocean would be frozen solid. But CO2 is so good at holding in heat. Even a small increase in CO2 in the atmosphere can cause the Earth to get even warmer. Natural sources of CO2 include decomposition, ocean release, and respiration. Human sources come from activities like cement production, deforestation, burning of fossil fuels. Atmospheric levels of carbon dioxide, known now as the most dangerous and prevalent greenhouse gas at the highest levels ever recorded. A high concentration of CO2 can displace oxygen in the air. What is the second C? Cognition refers to the mental processes involved in gaining knowledge and understanding. These cognitive processes include thinking, knowing, remembering, judging, and problem solving. These are higher level functions of the brain and include language, imagination, perception, and planning as well. You may be wondering why is this guy talking about climate change and cognition when he is supposed to be motivating? My dearest friends, these are all related much more than we think. Cognition, learning, and motivation are all related. My motivation or motivation from anyone can only drive you towards learning. Cognition is the one that constructs the learning process. So even if you are motivated enough, it can be successful in your roles and duties only if your cognition is top-notch. In short, good cognition plus good motivation plus willingness equals to mental well-being.
In my 21st century ride, increasing atmospheric CO2 levels, lower oxygen levels. Studies have shown that if less oxygen is available to breathe, we have rapid breathing, rapid heart rate, clumsiness, emotional upsets, and fatigue. Thereby, we are never fully comfortable or happy. We feel agitated. As CO2 levels rise, it can affect sleep quality. So, we tend to have a broken sleep, tend to have late mornings, and to make up for the loss of time, we drive rash, putting ourselves and others in danger. We grow impatient and selfish. Our planning becomes very poor. CO2 significantly reduce our basic decision-making ability and complex strategic thinking. This leads to added stress. We cannot meet deadlines. Competition bugs us. We are on edge. We tend to be short-tempered and restless. We have a sensitive fuse. Human performance decline on challenging problems. If we have a problem at home or work, we tend to avoid it rather than face it. We seriously have no energy to deal with it. This is misunderstood as neglect. Your beloved ones will think you do not care for their feelings. You may lie, you may cheat. You need instant happiness and instant entertainment. You frankly have no energy or patience for something that takes time. You are exhausted. Nowadays, we only get entertained by item numbers, thrillers, comedy, horror. Our brains show no interest for anything serious or happy or helpful. Our brains are unable to analyze and wait for the good that comes around when we do good. Despite repeated warnings, we ignore what is really healthy for our souls. Carbon dioxide, may be making us dumber. Again, whatever we do does not seem to be enough. Stress, stress, stress. Stress consumes more energy and you grow depressed. Studies also show that people have a much harder time learning, performing simple or complex tasks, and making decisions. This can lead to all sort of shortcuts to achieve success since hard work seems impossible. Even crimes and addictions may arise from this lack of proper judgment and inability to control vicious urges. So, CO2 levels are not just a threat to the planet, it is a threat to your mental well-being as well. And with your mental well-being at risk, your aiming at physical well-being is a tragic waste. What affects you affects your loved ones too.
India is world's third largest emitter of greenhouse gases after China and the US. How do we reduce our carbon footprint? The measure of how our actions impact the environment.
Eat low on food chain. This means eating mostly fruits, veggies, grains, and beans. Buy foodstuffs in bulk when possible using your own reusable container. Choose organic and local foods that are in season. Transporting food from far away, whether by truck, ship, rail, or plane, uses fossil fuels for fuel. Reduce your food waste by planning ahead or freezing the excess and reusing leftovers. If shopping for appliances, lighting, office equipment, or electronics, look for Energy Star products, which are certified to be more energy efficient. Bring your own reusable bag when you shop. Change incandescent light bulbs, which waste 90% of their energy as heat, to light emitting diodes, LEDs. They use a quarter of the energy and last up to 25 times longer. Don't buy fast fashion, trendy, cheap items that go out of style quickly, get dumped where they produce methane as they decompose. Drive less, walk, take public transportation, carpool, rideshare, or bike to your destination whenever possible. If you must drive, avoid unnecessary braking and acceleration. Take care of your car. Keeping your tires properly inflated can increase your fuel efficiency. Switch lights off when you leave the room and unplug your electronic devices when they are not in use. And finally, do not cut down the trees in your backyard. Plant more.
The father of our nation says, Earth provides enough for man's needs, but not enough for man greed. Thanks for listening. Do share this. Help us generate the sense of well-being and avenge the sense of ill-being. I'm learning with all of you as well. Have a great day.